everybody. Welcome to the Cologne podcast.
I'm Mike.
And I'm Ryan.
We're two best friends. We're going on a fragrance journey. We're smelling fragrances sent in by Patreons named David and giving you uneducated opinions.
I did the cardinal sin today of not taking a huge piss before I got on here, so I may be a little rushed this episode. It just hit me and I don't feel like getting up. But we're smelling Xerjoff's Iommi
Monkey Special.
Yeah, Monkey Special.
Yeah.
So they have a couple different versions of this?
I guess. I thought it was just one, and then they were releasing a second one. But Tony Iommi is the guitar player for Black Sabbath.
Ooh.
You guys may have known that. Little classic rock fame there. And I think the guys from old Xerjoff are pretty big fans of old school rock and roll.
Really?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. I mean, this sounds interesting. I'm ready.
I don't think you're ready for what Lampo has to say about it. Got my sample today? It stinks. Terrible smell. I can't say more. Apparently, I'm one of the few who dislike absolutely sample before you buy. You know, that is words of wisdom that we've preached here on the Cologne podcast for 290 episodes.
Is this 290?
Yeah, I think so.
We are 10 short episodes away from celebrating 300.
Oh, yeah. And we've got a plan for that one, actually.
It's no big deal.
Oh, okay.
Good Lord.
Well, you know what was a big deal? Black Lacquer. Let's do a little one night stand review of that, shall we?
Hit the music, Todd.
Yeah. One night stand review.
Well, Ryan, after spending the night in those black satin sheets with that beautiful Tom Ford just caressing your chest hair, what do you have to say?
Well, I'm quite sure he would enjoy this hamburger meat that I got over here.
Yeah.
But I will say, verifiably, that I fucking love that fragrance.
How come your arms aren't as hairy as mine when our chests are equally hairy?
Yeah, I'm pretty fucking hairy, dude.
Dude,
that in my back. Yeah, you got some good hair. We got I call it like the coach hair. You know, it's like
it pops up.
Yeah, when you were like, you know, in school and the coaches are talking to you, always got that fucking chest hair hanging up out of their fucking athletic shirt or whatever.
Yeah.
That's
it's weird. I've got like Robin Williams hairy arms.
He fucking does. And mine's like all blonde and like silky and everything and, you know, not crazy.
Slightly effeminate.
Yeah, very effeminate. And
you should see his hands. They're beautiful.
I have literally gotten compliments on my hands before.
Yeah.
I'm dead serious.
I don't get compliments on my hands. I get compliments on how healthy my nails are.
Yeah, I need to get mine in better shape.
But Tom Ford's Black Lacquer is a fantastic fragrance, start to finish.
And ironically enough, extremely manly.
Yeah.
I think is where you were trying to go with this. It smells like you walked into a house that just had the cabinetries done and they just painted them, dude. It just smells fucking good.
But then they're also like burning incense or something. There's some sort of spices in the air.
I will say towards the end, the dry down more of that. But that opening, it's really fucking good. And it's also really fucking pricey.
Yes.
That's where the rubber meets the road, you know?
Yeah, speaking of rubber, that first spray out of the atomizer has a little bit of skank on it.
You didn't like that?
Man, on the skin. I know that's your vibe. That's not my vibe. But, oof. Yeah, at first, but, you know, I'd say probably 20 minutes in, I was like, ooh, yeah. I loved it the whole time.
Off subject, but really quick, and let's don't meander on it.
Okay.
In this podcast history, what's been one of your more memorable skanky opening moments? I know what mine is.
Start with yours then. I need more time to think.
Mine would actually be when we first ever smelled Roja Dove's Scandal.
Oh, yeah.
That was at least I think, that was our first introduction to skank on top.
I agree with that.
And we were both like, oh, God, what?
Yeah, at first you're like, who likes this?
But man, I'm going to tell you, it got some compliments. That's a good one.
It's like that dirtiness, but then it had like the citrusiness of the lime, which is great later. But when you have some skink and you have some sour to it, it's just like, whoo.
It was something, man.
You know
I love that one.
Youch.
But so you didn't like the skankiness to this, a little off-putting.
I loved it immediately on the tester strip, but on the skin, it took me a little bit.
I got to stop for a second and read something really quick.
This is going to be the podcast from now on.
Yeah.
Constant little side missions that we're
It might as well be. It's our fucking podcast,
That's true.
dude. Nobody owns it except for the patrons.
Yeah, we don't have any sponsors complaining.
I got to read you this, and you'll see why. By the way, guys, any of you listeners on Spotify, make sure to hit up the comment section in that.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of people have been interacting lately. And in our episode that went live with the Black Lacquer episode, a young gentleman, Issam M, he said, the Amawaj pronunciation really backfired on me. Now Mike is saying it correctly. He is even trying to annoy everyone by saying it perfectly. I had to read that because, RXL said one comment about tester strips, and that will be on your fucking tombstone. When you fucking
it's true. There's been a couple of things where the Xerjoff thing, if I hear it and somebody says it, then it's like cemented into my brain. And you will always go hard on it. I will. Just a word to the wise, Andrew Bleep. Misspell my name. I'll never forget. I'm like an elephant.
He turns on his trainers.
Yeah. I'm like the one that's so lovable and kind for so long, and then I stomp you to death. All because you withheld watermelon from me or something.
They're like, what did we do wrong?
Yeah.
After they beat you with fucking prods all your life.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, using cattle prods and shit. Yeah, they're like, why was he so upset? It was just a constant abuse for 7 years.
Black Lacquer, guys, amazing. An amazingly high price. Definitely going to say sample it first. And if you got the balls to drop on it and the cash,
then the coins,
get it. It's good. I fucking love it. It's a depressing thing for me. Like I said in the episode, it's like I'll never get to probably buy it because I just can't afford that much.
Here's what I would say for them: buy it, buy the big decanter, and send us about 10 mil. Thanks. Moving on.
Okay. Now let's put our freaking juicy noses on Xerjoff's Iommi Monkey Special.
Spray it up, y'all.
I'll let you go first.
You sure?
Yeah, because this is guitar themed and rock themed. This is kind of your forte.
Okay.
I think you deserve to take the top off on this one.
Speaking of Black Sabbath, I got to meet Ronnie James Dio's wife, Wendy.
Really?
Uh-huh. And because I'm a photographer, I got the book of Ronnie's photographer. I met the photographer who toured with them and, took his portraits, and got to meet him and get my book signed and all that stuff.
Dang.
It's cool.
That is cool. Damn, that is quite loud over there.
Ooh. This is kind of giving me some Raja Dove vibe. We've smelled something like this before.
I think I love it.
Really?
Sorry for the pause on that, but
it smells like fermented syrup.
God, I wouldn't go with that, but you got fermented right. And I was actually about to say, I don't know why this memory is so fucking strong with me. Mm-hmm. Think back the 80s. This is when they'd pick us up from kindergarten in a fucking van with no seats or seat belts and take all of his kids to daycare.
Oh God.
And in the playground area, there was a muscadine tree. And I can remember the smell, what they smell like when they hit the ground, and they're kind of
muscadine wine.
Yeah, it kind of smells like muscadines a little bit, dude. Am I even saying that fucking word right? And I'm gonna be real. Is that the real name for it?
I think so.
I'm just hoping I'm not saying something crazy or insulting or something.
No, I don't think
this is Texas. That's always what's been called. But
I'm sure we've added like you say musky dimes, and I thought it was muscadine. So
really?
Now we've got to look it up.
Yeah, do the pronunciation thing.
It's muscadine.
Muscadine?
Yeah.
Okay, so I got it really wrong.
Well, you got it's, back in the day, which my family was like this, by the way, they grew vegetables, so my great grandparents, that's how they made their money. They had a huge garden. They'd take that to market, sell those. It's so you got people who are less educated and they're passing stuff down, and, it starts at muscadine and ends at muscadine. That's backwoods, man. That's how we do this.
Do you like those, by the way?
I love it.
I feel like they're
the jelly is the best.
Yes, dude. Fucking They're like the grossest thing texture-wise when you eat them, but the flavor is insane. Just imagine like a hard, fat grape. You got to crack it open to have this snotty jelly hit in your mouth. That's kind of like sour sweet. I think more sour than anything, but man, they're so fucking good.
Yeah, they grow out wild here.
Yeah.
So, we would pick them, and then my grandma would make jellies and all different kinds of stuff with it.
God, I bet you that shit was so fucking good.
And people would make wine out of it because you're right. It's very similar to a grape in body style, but it's the texture is completely different. And I would argue grapes are a lot better to eat raw than those. Yeah. But yeah, people make muscadine wine.
Well, what do you think about this fragrance? You still kind of sticking with that? It kind of smells a little fermented.
Yeah, it's doing less of that. It's slowly kind of chilling.
It smells pretty rugged, which I feel like kind of goes with this dark, mysterious kind of vibe.
Yeah, it's a lot sweeter on the skin. On the card, it's more boozy.
Yeah.
But on the skin, it does have like almost like you made like some homemade syrup and it started fermenting a little bit. Maybe you made muscadine jelly and it's turning into muscadine wine.
Let me read you what Xerjoff has said about this thing.
Okay. I feel bad knowing that probably in a few months, if Kajal, my favorite fragrance house of all time, sends me back to Milan.
You're not begging, are you?
Yeah, I will beg. Ain't too proud to beg.
Xerjoff is never going to fucking talk to us, dude.
No, but I mean, we go to their cocktail party.
I hope they're like, you're the fucking guy.
Wait a second. Yeah, you're on our list. Our shit list.
Xerjoff Blends Rock Edition sees Black Sabbath's legendary guitarist Tony Iommi unify his monolithic riffs with Xerjoff's esteemed expertise to create the first multi-sensational interaction between music and perfume in an unexpected olfactory venture. Sound, taste, and image change and contaminate each other. Something, 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 yada, yada, yada. Do you feel like this is doing a little bit of what they describe? Is it
rubbing my taste buds?
Does this remind you some monolithic riffs?
Dude,
what does monolithic even mean with the riff thing? What's that mean?
I don't know. Like a monolith is like a big, like statuesque thing, right?
I think so. But monolithic? He's going to look up another word.
This fucking word of the day calendar they're using over there?
I actually disagree with you, by the way, really quick. I think the tester strip smells a lot sweeter. It's really nice.
Yeah, monolith is a single rock or stone that's large, formed from igneous or metamorphic rock. So erosion.
We're so uneducated.
Dude, it's so, we're the worst.
Hey, our uneducated opinions could not be more of a true statement.
Dude, I mean, we're not here claiming to be fucking geologists and shit.
Like, formed out of ignoramus, landslide, catalytic.
Good Lord. Yeah, so monolith, I guess, is just like a giant stone that's been eroded, by...
So a giant rock that he's created. Like, not rock and
god.
Yeah, rock god. Gotcha. Yeah.
So maybe monolithic, riffs are like just strong, powerful, earthy.
I kind of get that. And you're dressed like a rock star today. He's got a black t-shirt on.
And pants. I guess that's a rock star. I mean, maybe if I had chains and rhinestones all over me, maybe. I don't know.
Quick side note. If you're not a Patreon, let me just go ahead and tell you that you're fucking crazy. There's hundreds of them. I can say that now. Of Patreons now with us. They are all fucking badass. And they even send us fragrances like this. Thank you, David. And I'm going to tell you,
look, here's what you're missing out on.
Just cut me off.
Shut up, Ryan. You're missing out on, if you're not a Patreon, you're not getting extra weekly episodes. You're not getting chances at full bottles and giveaways. And the biggest thing of all is you're missing out on 3 different community chats that we have going on. One where you can trusted buy, sell, or trade with people. And we know they're not douchebags because if they are, they get booted. And no one's ever been booted. You get the community chat where you get to talk about fragrance stuff with like-minded people.
The best
and it's
part.
very active in there. And you get a health chat. So it's not just about fragrances, but it's like, how can we encourage you to just have a better life, better mental health, better physical health? You got people behind you that encourage you. And if you don't want any of that, then you.
Price and popularity. Well, if you want to pick up a big, fat, thick 100 ml bottle of this, which, by the way, their bottles, when they're 100 ml bottles, are seriously some fat ass bottles.
Good Lord.
They are. You're looking to spend about $433 or $50, somewhere around there.
How do you feel about that, by the way? I was actually thinking about it. I went on a walk today by myself.
Sorry.
Bitch. And I was just thinking, what's the cap off limit? I know I've mentioned it before, but what do you think about that price for 100 mil? Think that's a fair price?
I think probably $300 to $350.
Yeah.
I mean, and that would be like my one and few that I buy like that. That's a lot of money.
That's kind of where I'm at. I'm like, anything over $350, $400 for 100 mil.
Pretty pricey.
There has to be something crazy going on with that to make that worth it to me.
It would literally have to be like a special gift. Either somebody is giving me or I'm giving to them, or I don't even know. But I mean, realistically, more often than not, because those are so high, I'm always going to like discounters.
Yeah, but even that, I'm thinking like, if somebody goes, hey, this 100 mil is $700 or something crazy.
Yeah.
It would have to be like, here's why. It's a small run that we're doing. It's like very special raw materials. We're not using artificials.
Yeah.
And in fact, because we don't use artificials, we have to, create these special accords with raw materials to still hit things like leather and all that. There'd have to be something behind it to really justify a price tag that high, other than just the name brand.
What if Tony Iommi spit in this?
I would not spray it on my skin.
You think there'd be some people be like, I have to own this now. He's part of the ingredients.
A few weirdos out there. Yeah. I mean, what was the one where like Tony Hawk, where they painted boards and like his blood was in some of the paint?
Damn, really?
Yeah.
Damn, that's badass and hardcore.
So hardcore.
Popularity? It's a cool 4.33 out of 5 with over 2,334 votes.
Wow, that is a high marker.
That is definitely a high marker. And I kind of have to agree. This thing smells pretty fucking good, dude. The tester strip, she's sweet and dark. And then the skin, it's got a little dark skanky thing going on. It's pretty nice, man.
This is very Raja Dove.
I can agree with that.
It reminds me of something we've smelled by him.
Actually, I don't think it is. I think it's something that we smelled of Aaron Terrence Hughes. What was that one? Oh, man. There was one, Onyx a little bit.
No, it's not.
Really? You're not getting that? Mm-mm. I don't know, dude. I kind of get that vibe.
Maybe his tobacco fragrance. I might be closer to that. This has a strong tobacco vibe.
I can get that.
Does it have tobacco in the notes?
Let's see. I'll read you off the perfume pyramid. How's that sound? He's so excited.
I just had to get a drink.
Actually, there's no tobacco. Isn't that wild? It's just rum, passion fruit, bergamot, geranium. That's on top. Singapore patchouli, cinnamon, leather, Bulgarian rose, caramel, vanilla, tonka bean, sandalwood, ladamum, ambergris, musk.
Time out. See if you can read them more boring than you just read them with less excitement.
Oh, you really want me to do that?
No, I'm just making a remark at how you're like.
I mean, do you want me to go through 1,000 notes really slow?
No, it's fine. Nothing in there stuck out as exciting or anything.
I think the only thing that honestly stands out, just because it's kind of wild, Singapore patchouli. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's the difference between, let's click it. Oh, fuck, I'm on. That's the screenshot. I'm going to click that. Hold on. So Singapore, no, it doesn't say. It just goes to patchouli. So see, what is the difference? What's the difference between patchouli somewhere and, whatever else?
Somewhere else.
I don't know. I don't know.
Do you care? Does it make a difference?
I don't, because I think I mean, we see this every time. They could have 1,000 different notes on there, but it all kind of congeals together to make this like one type of scent. I feel like that's why I feel like, oh, this feels kind of like, you could say fermented, maybe a little winey or a little bit muscadine or whatever.
A little musky-dimey.
That's what I'm kind of getting straight up on the tester strip. It still smells like that. And that smells really good to me. That's a great memory. I love it. It smells great.
I'm going to be real. It has a very dingy vibe to me.
For sure. And I'm shocked you didn't read you probably ran across it, but one of the other people on Fragrantica commented like, you're going to smell like a rich degenerate. You know what I'm saying? Which kind of makes sense, right?
Yeah.
It does. It's kind of a little like somebody walked in, they got like a studded leather jacket on, you know? Who do you think's wearing it?
Other than Tony Iommi?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going to be real with you. I'm thinking more Versace shirts and and thin gold chains.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I can kind of see that.
Some flowing like white linen pants.
Damn, really?
Yeah.
Okay. That is interesting. Even on the skin, as skanky as that is?
Yes. Uh-huh.
Interesting. What's the age group for this guy?
Up there.
Really?
55 and up.
Wow.
Yeah.
I feel like you don't like this fragrance or something.
I don't like it for me. It doesn't mean it's a bad fragrance. It smells like a high quality fragrance.
Or is there any disappointment? 'Cause I feel like there's a little disappointment with you. Were you expecting one thing and they pulled the carpet out from under you?
No, I came in with zero expectations, honestly. I really did.
I love it. It is very sour in a way, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's skanky, you know, like especially on the skin.
Are you going to skip it?
Sample it?
Or buy it?
What are you going to do, Ryan?
Well, it's a skip.
Yeah.
It is a skip. It is a skip. I do be liking it.
Uh-huh.
But I also don't feel like it's anything like earth-changing for me. Maybe it is. Maybe you're onto something with like, you think we kind of smelled something like this before.
Sure, but this is not your generic smell.
No, it's not generic. It's definitely not designer. Definitely smells high quality. Definitely niche. I do love the fact that it smells like muscadine.
Uh-huh. Yeah. You're getting it.
But it's not something I would reach for and try to spray on me all the time. For sure not.
Yeah.
I feel like you're really kind of down about it.
I'm not down. I'm trying to process it more than anything.
Really?
Yeah.
It's throwing you for kind of a loop, huh?
It is. I mean, it's out there. It's for somebody. And I almost think if you get it at a discount, probably getting a good deal because comparative fragrances are probably up there in this price range too. But man, it is just not my vibe at all.
Well, if you got it at a discount, what about a 50 ml for 185? Does that seem fair?
185. So close to 200 for 50 mil. That's still pushing it, but that's way better.
Yeah.
Because what was the full price for the 100 mil? Something.
I think 450 American.
450.
Yeah.
So you're not really getting much of a discount. 185 for 50 mil.
Do you think the fragrance houses are starting to feel people tighten up a little bit?
I know I'm tightening up.
Dude, I feel like, we were kind of talking about this earlier. I know it's kind of random.
Yeah.
But I was just like, we kind of feel it in the air, not just fragrance guys, but just like everything. I feel like everybody's tightening up.
Look, I told you, I'm embarrassed to say, but the other day I told my kids, I was like, it's Oreos or Cheez-Its. Okay. It's not both this time.
And then I went in debt and bought him Oreos, not knowing this story. And he went, oh, thank God.
You did, because our favorite Oreos are now at our local store. And you were like, I picked you up a thing. And I was like, wow, how serendipitous. Because the kids chose Cheez-Its.
Just so you guys are in the know about this, if you haven't tried it, because I don't know about Mike. Mike is definitely a cookie fan in general, but
oh yeah,
but I'm not really, and I'm definitely not like an Oreo fan. They're all right. I'll eat them. Don't get me wrong. Yeah. I'm fat as fuck. I'll eat the fuck out of Oreos.
My kids love them. Me, I'm kind of like, I'll eat them because they're there
with milk.
Yeah,
that's it.
Ice cold.
But they came out a few months back with dark chocolate Oreos, and my God,
they're delicious.
They're dangerous.
Yeah. I don't keep them in the house. And it's not because I'm broke. It's because I'm tempted. And if you're a Patreon, you already know, because you're in the health chat, we're documenting my weight loss journey.
He's proud of that.
Yeah. if you were a Patreon today, you would know exactly how many pounds down I am because I posted it this morning.
So when he asks you how much weight he's lost and you're looking stupid and you can't tell him, that's why.
Yeah. I'm going to know right off the bat, they're not a Patreon.
It's a skip.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't have anything bad to say about it, which is kind of puzzling for my skip.
Huh.
I really like this.
So why?
Why,
man?
I feel like it's good, but it's just like not good enough to like push me over the edge to like be like really enthralled with it.
Okay. So no matter the price, if you were like, man, on discounters, you can get this for $78 for 50 mil.
I mean, if it was that cheap, I'd probably I'd probably go for it.
Really? Okay.
70 something? Yeah, but it's never going to be that cheap. But I mean, even at 178, I'm like, nah, I just don't feel that.
Huh. I wonder why, because this one's so different.
It is.
But it's still just not exciting.
Why is that?
I don't know. Maybe because we expect something different. I just expected like leather and spice and like
something loud.
Yeah, like thinking of Iommi, like in my head, if I try to backwards calculate this, I know I said I didn't really come with any expectations, and I really didn't.
Yeah.
But when I'm thinking about it, what would pop off and have more attitude and make more sense to me?
Yeah,
would be something like that. A leather, just a dark, bold leather fragrance. You know,
it would have been badass. I'm with you. I mean, we're thinking of like rock gods here, right?
For sure. Yeah. Arguably one of the most known rock guitarists of all time has to be. There's lore about this guy.
Really? What kind of lore?
Yeah, that he like cut off the tips of his fingers and he would wear like thimbles on them and play all crazy and stuff.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Now, did that get proven right or wrong?
No, I'd rather leave it a mystery. And there was also like talk of the occult and stuff like that. You know, obviously going to be tied to Black Sabbath. There's going to be some of that, but tied with him with like Aleister Crowley and all that other stuff.
God, there's a couple of guys tied to old Aleister Crowley.
Yeah.
Do you believe in any of that shit with Aleister Crowley? Like the old, like, saying stuff, but it has backwards meaning and all that?
I mean, probably. I don't know that, like, he had the ability to summon the devil and stuff.
Didn't he, like, file his teeth down and shit to, like, be sharper?
Ooh, I don't know.
I thought so.
I need to do a little bit more research on this guy. He's
also on the cover of one of Michael Jackson's albums. Yeah.
He was a wild one.
He definitely was a wild one. Who was the guitarist from Led Zeppelin that bought his house?
Jimmy Page.
And that's why if you even know this, I'm sure some of y'all do, but it's like if you listen to Stairway to Heaven and you play parts of it backwards, you can hear like it talking about like these demons in a shed, and it was supposedly a shed on the property there, and Jimmy Page wrote that song.
Yeah, I think if you play that one backwards too, Robert Plant, the singer, it says like "My Sweet Satan."
Yeah.
Backwards.
It definitely sounds like it's saying that. That's why I'm like, I don't know. Some of that shit's kind of wild. I know we just got really off subject into this, but
it's tied to, you know, rock and all that stuff.
It's a skip. We're glad you guys showed up today.
And I'm just, look, if you made it this far, not really you if you don't want to be a Patreon. That's kind of an ongoing joke that I'm trying to, start. But
he wants to be able to say fuck you to everybody.
Yeah. I stole it from Talladega Nights.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you don't chew Big Red, then fuck you. Basically. But it is something you should consider if at this point, look, if you went through the rabbit hole far enough to Google where a fragrance podcast would be that you can listen to it, then you're our kind of people, and you need to be in a group that isn't just full of internet trolls and assholes, like out there, blindly joining an internet group. Mm-hmm. Check out the Patreon. I think you'll really like it.
I don't even think it's a thing. I know.
Yeah.
Until next time, ladies and gentlemen,
spray it up, y'all!